Hey, it's Diana. Yeah, I'm early. I do that sometimes. I got a cold. If I sound like the hound from hell, it's because I had sore throat, runny nose, the whole 9 yards. I think half the world does. Anyways, it's Diana Myers. And today, I just gave everybody this tracer. I haven't done anything to it. It's on regular size copy paper. But you can put it on watercolor paper. You can put it on a canvas. So the thing is going to be is we're going to do a challenge. Everybody, I want you to do it different. And by the end of the month, I'll give a prize for it. I'm going to do mine kind of St. Patrick's, I decided. So we'll do that in a few minutes. In the meantime, a couple readings I'm going to do. And I'm going to go over what I did to these pots. They're not pots, they're cans, obviously. But I'll explain to you what I did. I'm going to put something on this one. And I did the other one right here. I did with a village. But basically, that is just pens. Metallic pens, because my Posca pens, because all the ripples wouldn't go on right. So I get these smaller pens that are like metallic, smaller tip. And then I, you can see I sealed it, so it's nice and shiny. You see it? I don't know if you guys seal your work, but I use, for my acrylics, I use the same thing I use for multimedia. I use my liquid gloss medium, or you could get matte. And I glossed this last night. You see it's shiny, a little bit shiny. But what it does, it kind of makes the colors pop too, because especially if it's like, you know, a little on the dull side. Dark colors like black and brown can look really dull in acrylics unless you use some kind of finish on them. So let me just put this up here. Make sure you guys are up on my iPad here. Let me plug this in. I want to go through what I went through last week. Got everything plugged in because I think these things use a lot of turn my light off. Oh, what do you call them? I don't know, megabytes, whatever they're called. You know, like I got a little over a half right now, but it won't last the whole time. It won't last an hour, I don't think. And then I got to plug in my laptop. No, my iPad's 78%, so it should be fine. Should be. But what happens is, you guys know, it'll come up, it'll say low battery, and you get no sound. But the last couple days ago, you know, I could hit it, you know, just plug it in, and it comes back. Well, it didn't come back at all. So that's the only thing I can think it happened. Maybe Facebook didn't catch the glitch or something. I don't know. All right, so lost my light over here. Put this back on. Welcome that one out. Oh, I'm unplugged. Yeah, plug back in. Yeah, I'm good. There we go. So, anyways, you guys ever heard there's a book called The War of Art? You can see it's a mess. It's a mess. It got a little bit wet, and you can see all the parts I like highlighting and stuff. This book was really good for like you're trying to do painting, you're trying to do art, and you keep blocking yourself. The guy is basically a writer. He goes through all the things that happened to him and how to get over them, break through the blocks, and win your inner creative battles. I know Heidi, this is one of her favorite books, but I just wanted to read you a couple things out of here. You might not think they're, where'd I put them? They're related to you, but everybody has like mental, you know, like kind of blocks that your procrastination and resistance. Where is it? Again, you shouldn't dog ear pages. I got them dog eared, right? If I can find it. Yeah, It says the most precious aspect of procrastination is that it can become a habit. They write books about it. We don't just put off our lives today, we put them off until our deathbed. Never forget this very moment. We can change our lives. There never was a moment, never will be, when we are without power to alter our destiny. This second, we can turn the tables on resistance. It's about resistance. The second, we can sit down and do our work. Just do it. I tell people, it's like Nike, just do it. Let's see if I can find the other one here. Yeah, so this one. The amateur, underestimating resistance cunning, permits the flu to keep him from his chapters, from his work. This guy's a writer. It's still art. He believes the serpent's voice in his head and says, mailing off the manuscript is not important today than doing today's work. The professional has learned better. He respects resistance. He knows that if he caves in today, no matter how plausible the pretext, he will be twice as likely to cave in tomorrow. The professional knows that resistance is like a telemarketer. If you so much as say hello, you're finished. The pro doesn't even pick up the phone. He just stays at work. That's the truth. Sometimes you get involved in those phone calls. But the thing is that what they're talking about is sometimes you just need to focus on stuff. Say you're going to do it. You can put off, like scrolling on the phone. I gave up some certain times with my phone now because I went back to reading at night. I think it helps you sleep better. I really should get more books though, because I still read on my Kindle. But sometimes, getting away from certain things you do too much of, especially these phones. I was watching this whole thing about kids. They really shouldn't be on the phones as much. And I know my kids, they don't let them stay on the phone as much. So I painted one in black. I'm not sure when we're doing this yet. But this one I just did hearts. Then I did take a thicker Pascal pen around it with white. But I'm going to take some of the sealer, and I'm going to seal up that one with the hearts first. And we're going to get to that, give it a little bit of time to get on here. We're going to get to that, this Gnome. See if I'm up here first. There I am. I can't tell the comments yet. Just know, there I am. Not yet. I can't tell the comments yet. So I'm on so early. So I am going to go right ahead with this one. And I got some of that gloss medium or sealer. You could even use Mod Podge, but these are going to go outside, so I need to pick up. They have like a polyurethane. They have a spray one, but I think on these, I'm gonna oh come on! I need to pick up like something heavy duty, polyurethane, or they call it a poly. I can have a spray, but I think a paint time would be better because I'm gonna take 3 holes with a nail. And this is going to be for drainage. And I'm going to start seeds in here. Herbs. Maybe some flowers. And I'm already pulling stuff out and planting it. I saved my, what are those flowers? I saved them. Not gladiolas. I did save some. The plant that I bought, I saved the bulbs. But I replanted that one. It's doing great. Let it dry out over the winter. Geraniums. In the old days, is what they did. They didn't go out and buy a bunch of stuff. Yeah. So I just kind of let them go dry out a little bit. I wrap them in like a paper towel. Put it in a freezer baggie. Let the plant hang out over the top. Take most of the leaves off. And about a week ago, I planted it. Bunch of leaves already, starting to bolt. I gotta take the flowers off because it takes so much energy. But you can see it just gave it a little shine. It seals it, but I need to do a heavier coat of the other stuff Now, if this was just staying inside, like in the window, I wouldn't worry about it. But if it's going to be outside, you want something heavier. And what I do sometimes is I'll plant seeds in there, and then I pull out the ones that I want to put outside. I'll leave the other ones there, and I'll grow them in the window. And they'll last the whole winter, whole summer, depending on what it is. So this one, well, maybe we'll just do some flowers on this one. I'm thinking just doing some flowers and some grass. So get a small round brush. You can just kind of watch me. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'll turn this around. Like I said, we're going to do our Gnome afterwards. I want to do a Gnome contest. There's a little bend to it. These are all tomato cans, guys. I'm just going to do some flowers first. Let's just do some flowers. A little white. This pink's kind of see-through on this. Let's see. Do a little white in that. Sometimes if you add a little white, oh, I need some more white on here, I think. Yeah. Not much. What are you doing, Joellen? Sick. I got a cold. Feel like crapola. I was really sick yesterday. I feel a little better today, but you can really tell now. I'm like snorting and making nostril bubbles. You know, blowing my nose like it's nobody's business. I got it bad. Little coughing. I really didn't do too much today. I took some of my Valentine's Day stuff down. I got, some St. Patty's Day stuff out. I'm ready for I love my St. Patty's Day. So I'm just going to make some pink and white flowers. Just randomly put them all over. Just laying this down. Making little sprigs there. A little yellow. I did a little white with that pink because it's a little see-through, a little transparent here, so I need to cover up a little bit. Just some imaginary flowers, nothing specific, because it's got so many lumps and bumps in this tomato can. I did some with paper, but those are being left inside. But these ones are going to be planters, so I just sanded it down slightly with a black, whatever you got. You can even use a nail file. And you can see still all of it didn't cover it. I only did one coat, should have done two, but like I said, I'm going to seal this. And then it's going to be, this. Some of them might end up outside, some might just end up on the windowsill, so it all depends on what I do. But I'm going to start my seed. When I go out and buy a bunch of, planters are ridiculous. I have quite a few, but you know, buy all those ones you throw away. So that's so stupid. So I can just pull out the ones I want to plant, and then I'll leave some behind and either grow them on the stairs or, you know, or put them outside, one or the other. Make some more pot petals on here. See, I'm just making strokes. Yeah, just making strokes. Feel like a baby breathing through my nose. My mouth is open. I have sinus infection too. It's busy this week though, so I think I caught it. I had to have caught it. You're more likely to catch it in cold weather. You know, it's funny because the other day we were out doing everything. I was thinking I should wear a mask. Well, that's what I get. Good thing I had all my flu shots and all that, so it's not anything to do with that. Thank goodness. So you'll see what I'm going to do in a minute. I'm going to connect all these. You'll see. I'm just making random strokes from the middle. Just making random strokes. Pink and white. Using some of the white only because, like I said, this is kind of see-through. This is such a dark background. a little yellow in the middle. Toot, 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 toot. Now I'm going to do some grass. I'm going to take this green. I have like a Kelly green. I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to do that to each one. Then I'm going to make grass. Like I said, I'm going to take, you could drill this, but I just take a nail and and a hammer, and I just put like 3 holes. Works out okay. It's kind of hard to do anything really small, so I end up using those other pens and the other ones. So it's because of these bumps. So you kind of got to do something either bigger or you got to have a really small pen. It ended up being quite the project because, you know, I had to use small pens, colored pens. The ones with the village on it. A little yellow in there, get a little brightness. Then you can kind of come back. You mix the yellow and green, kind of do the bottom like this. And put more grass in. Now let this dry probably overnight, and then I'll hit it with the sealer. And before I plant these, yeah, I get the holes done first. I should have done that first, really. I will get the heavy dew sealer and pretty much do the whole pot, even the bottom, not the inside, just the, you don't want any toxic in there. Anything toxic. Oh, there. So now you got yourself a little pot, a little planter. Might touch up this black up on the top. There's some black out here. Touch up that black. So I'm working. I'm getting my fingers in it earlier. Okay. So we'll let this one dry. So I think you get the idea. I sand it. I do a whole thing. I paint it twice. You're going to put nail holes in the bottom or drill them. And you're going to get something to seal it with. Preferably something heavier if it's going outside. If not, you don't even have to seal it. But if it's going outside, you got to do something. But really, putting a little something on it in Mod Podge or something brightens up the colors. It really does. This one down. There's another one. All right. So anyways, I want you guys to do this gnome, and I want everybody to do it different, post it, but I'm going to kind of do it green and stuff. It's fun because it's very plain, so you could, you know, have fun with it. You could even put it at the top of like a large canvas and do a body or something too, you could. So, I got these small ones, and the large ones I'm going to use probably for my herbs. The small ones, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do just like one plant in each one. I was thinking maybe doing tomatoes or something. Cherry tomatoes, you don't really need a big container. It's like the big plants, you need to have something really big. I planted those in those cloth black tubes you buy. They were cheap. All right, let me turn this around. Excuse me. Let me get a cough drop. It's a mess over here. Yeah, so I hate this cough drop. I can't even get it open. Come on, guy, open up. Yeah, today's my grandson's birthday. I told him I sent him a little money for his birthday. I think he's 22 today. My grandson. She turns 21 in May. I have another one, she's 10. Or she'll be 10. She is 10. No, she'll be 10 in May. Yeah, 10. Alright, so what do I want to do? I want to do some green first, obviously, because I want to do a, I want to kind of do like a plaid hat, maybe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline it in green first. I need water. The green's starting to dry out. So I have 4 classes this week. That's a lot. I think when I do that spare classes, I don't think I'm always going to do them on a Wednesday, only because that was too much in one week. I do my membership every other week. So in the week I got membership, I'm not going to do that class. That was too much for 1 week. You guys see me on here for a little bit. I have to come up with all these ideas, everything ready, advertise, let everybody know I'm going to be here. You know, people forget. So it doesn't sound like any big deal, but it's a lot. This is not easy. So, you know, figure an hour and a half for each class. Then on top of that, a couple, 2-3 hours to put it all together. Clean up, you know, coming up with ideas. And it's a lot. So I'm expecting everybody to do this like different, make it fun. You know, in the ATC group, I think there's this Gnomes and Hearts, and I think next month it's Shamrocks and Gnomes. No, it was Hearts and Gnomes, and then Shamrocks and Gnomes. Now you guys, I think yours are Gnomes next month. I gotta go look. I didn't put yours out because I'm gonna do an individual list too with it. Where theirs, they can do whatever they want. So I will let you know, you know, what we're gonna do for a challenge. I want this to look kind of like a plaid. So what I'm going to do is, this is a really loose paper. That's why it's starting to buckle. I'm going to do this. Then I need a red. Now you don't have to do St. Patrick's. Anybody who wants to do one. You could do anything. I don't care. Easter's coming. We got to start working on that too. I did do the most cutest Lambie. I don't know if I put it on here yet or not. For Easter. I got a hat done for St. Patrick's. Possibly another gnome. I'm not sure yet about this one gnome. I got lots of pictures. So I'm trying to make this look kind of plaid. What do you think? Kind of looks like plaid, right? Maybe some white too. How about some white? That might bring it together. It's all illusion. Camouflage. So I used to tell my customers I did hair. It's all about the camouflage. Illusion. Smoke and mirrors. Yeah, so you got like a plaid look. And of course, I didn't do anything to the background. can mix some of this white and black and make a gray for his beard. What I could do his beard like an orange. This is Irish, so we could do... What do I got? And I got orange here. I got some orange. Maybe I'll make some shamrocks too around him. You need shamrocks too, right? Wipe the brush off. Let's do his beard. Oops, I got green on here still. Clean towel. Be a nice contrast for this white too. And maybe a little red to tone that orange down too. Kind of see-through. And some yellow. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's looking better. I don't know where this green's coming in. There we go. That's better. Red again, a little yellow. Interesting. My sister has naturally red hair, and I have 1, 2, 3 brothers with it. None of them are the same color red. And my mother was a strawberry blonde, but she had, and I guess had really, they were super red. My sister's really red. She's still red. She's 50-something years old, 10 years younger than me, so 50-something. 57, whatever. But it's not as red as it used to be, but it's still red. You can still pick her out in a crowd. But what's interesting, one day I was looking at her hair. Some pieces are, you can see through them. They're literally clear. Some pieces are white. Some pieces are orange, like this orange. Some are bright red. But the combination of all of them together make a beautiful red. And it's red. Stop sign red. But my thing was, when I was doing hair, it's impossible. You can get something similar, but that look of natural red hair, you know, they got it down to science now, hair color, but that's still, that you can really tell because each individual hair, and there's thousands of them, is a different color. It kind of applies to just about every head of color, but I think more their hair than anybody else's. There's such a drastic, you can really see the color. I mean, brown hair and all that would be the same, but not quite as noticeable. You're more likely to have all black hairs, unless you start going white. If you guys know what I'm saying, it's just weird. But it's a wonderful thing, too, but it's really hard to duplicate. I've always worn my red. I'm a brunette. Really dark red. I mean, I'm black. Close to black, not quite. My kids all got dark hair. But people are so used to that. Everybody thinks I'm a redhead, but my mother was a redhead. I was in hairdressing school. My teacher met my mother. She goes, well, you're going red, because I was so white. I always looked like I was ready to pass out. Are you feel all right? I says, no, I always look this way. I used to get that, I mean, like a lot. I'm so pale. I don't really burn, but I can, you know. So it looks pretty orangey red, right? I'll kind of fix this bottom up a little bit. But, yeah. So then my brothers, they've all went bald. But one had a curly afro red. One has kind of a strawberry blonde. And the other one was like afro red. But he wasn't quite as red, but red. And the baby, he's the youngest. He's losing all his hair now, too. Kind of sad, right? Men do that. What's bad is when a woman has no hair, and the guy, she might have a brother who has a ton of hair. I hate that. Doesn't seem quite fair, right? So I'm going to do the mustache a little bit orangey. Just a contrast to this bottom part. It would all look the same, wouldn't it? A lot of Irish in me. My mother was full-blooded. My father was a Heinz 57, mostly English. English name. My mother's was Gillen, which is definitely Irish. A lot of Irish in us. Like half. I'm like half. Maybe a little bit more because Dad was like English, Irish, Welsh, mostly English. But they were here so long. I think they came in on the Titanic. We did the family history. Possibility they were here with Columbus. So I'm gonna take some white. Just kind of highlight this little mustache a little bit. I don't know if I like that. Let me just kind of tone it down a little bit. The orange. Right. And let's do I'm going to do this pink and some white and do his nose. Okay. There you go. Cover that line up a little bit. You can hear my TV back here. And of course, we're going to do this part white. A little color in my brush, but that's okay. Let me rinse my brush off again. Put some more white out. So we need some shamrocks here somewhere. Need some shamrocks. I feel like crapola. I'm kind of doing a little mushy, so he has a little ripple to it. So it kind of looks like a fluffy hat. Kind of putting on like a snake pattern here, like this. There. Let me fix his nose a little bit. Give his nose a little highlight, of course. Gotta highlight the nose. And let's do his fluffy. I'm just gonna kind of mash it on there so it looks fluffy. You can make it a little gray if you want to. It'll kind of give you some dips and stuff. So it looks more fluffier. It is crappy up here today. It's like crunchy. The snow, it's so cold in the snow. Little snow melted, but then we got ice. So now it's snowing again. It's piling up pretty good now. Alright, so there we go. Look at this. So it's a cute little gnome. Now I'm going to see if I can't make some. Let's make some shamrocks. 1, 2, make like a heart. Then I'm going to make another heart. Oops, I got some red in there. It's okay. And then I'll make another heart. Like that. Then give him a stem. Let me do this first. Give him a stem. So now we get ourselves a shamrock. It's good too. Whoops. One more, I think. Yeah, we'll do a couple more. Why not? Right? Is anybody else on here? Oh, are they? Oh, I have no plans to do anything big today. I did like practically nothing yesterday, but I kept getting sicker and sicker. I'm like, at first, sometimes I do that because, you know, I have the COPD and I have allergies, and they're pretty bad. So sometimes I don't know if it's that acting up or if I really got a cold, because it can last literally one day. And I figure out, you know, one time it was not too long ago, it was some wax melting stuff that I bought. I got rid of that. It went away. Right? So sometimes it is an allergy. I do my nose stuff, it goes away. Well, this time it ain't working. So, and then it moved down to my chest a little bit. I have no fever. I was worried I might have a fever. I have no fever. So it's definitely some kind of cold. But today I did a few things, but I just feel like I had to get out of the house. So I went down and did a few things, got my mail and stuff. Got some new glasses I ordered. I'm adding a little white to the screen here. Anyways, yeah. So I have no plans this afternoon. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to eat. I don't want to cook really, but I'll cook something easy. I ate leftovers for lunch already. Chicken I made. I had hot dogs last night. I never liked hot dogs. All of a sudden I like hot dogs. I don't know. Maybe my dog got me trained. He lived I go to 3-4 packs a week of hot dogs for him. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. You could probably take a Posca pen and write something in. I don't know. Happy Valentine's Day, or not Valentine's Day. Happy St. Pat's, whatever. I'm looking for a pen. Oh. Okay. Happy St. Pat's. Right? Hey, Kathy Joe. Hey, Mary. You're not showing up. You know, this thing's so screwy. Let me put it up here again. Oh, I just see Mary must have just popped on. Since I tell you, sometimes nothing shows. I don't know why it does what it does. So this is just my copy paper to put this on. But I want everybody to do this and do it different. You can do it Irish if you want to. And then post it for me. I want everybody to do this and do it. And at the end of the month, I'll give a prize. The same one. I'll give you some practice doing but you can do Christmas or Valentine's. You can do different colors. You can put a little body on the bottom. Whatever you want to do. And have fun with them. When you post them, you'll be in for a prize. There you go. Now your stuff's showing up. Who else sat here? How now, brown cow? Yeah, so that's pretty much it for today. I did a little reading. And you got 2 weeks to do him, 2 weeks to do the challenge, which is hearts. And in the ATC, it's hearts and gnomes. So I already got a few. I mailed out 2 of the winners for January. I mailed them artwork yesterday. So I'm going to start working on my ATCs. I think next week I'll probably do some ATCs. And of course, at the end of the month, I'm going to announce the winners for the challenge and the ATCs. And for this, make sure you post it. Isn't he cute? It's cute. I got a bunch of stuff coming up. So, be thinking about rocks, because when the weather breaks, I like to do rocks and I like to do watercoloring. It just seems like so much fun. Probably do some of them outside. I got my picnic table out there, which I got to stain. So we got lots of fun stuff coming up. And of course, remember to seal all your work with some Mod Podge or, you know, gloss medium. Here's little houses again that I did. See, I tried doing them with the big Posco pens. They were too big, and they kept all these little bumps. So when you're doing these, be aware that some of these, I didn't know all my tomato cans have them. This can, I guess most of them do that, huh? Don't they? It does look like it. So I had to use, don't even ask me where I got these. They're metallic. I think Amazon. But they the tips are small enough that it looks right. The other ones are too big. The tips are too big. So you need a smaller tip. So it has a pretty small tip. You see that? So that worked. I think the houses was a good idea, huh? Came out cute. There was a lot of work. I'll probably do that again. All right, guys. So that's it for today because Diana don't feel good. And I will see you guys next week. Thursday, Friday. I'm off with the other guys. I'll see you guys Thursday and Saturday. And I might pop on and do something. You never know with me. I always got something going on. Of course, here's my paint. This came out so good. This is a keeper. Nobody getting this unless you want to pay me $1 bazillion. It's a keeper. I signed it up with the gloss medium. It really does make them keep it. I didn't used to seal my paintings except for my oils, and I'll tell you, the ones I didn't seal, I can tell. You know, when you do an oil painting, you're not really supposed to seal it for a while. And then to let it dry, maybe 6 months. And then you're supposed to do it again in a year. In about 3 years, you should check it again. So you tell your people when you sell them a painting, you can come back in a couple of years and I'll seal it again. With your acrylics, you think they're dry, but really they're saying you should seal them after like 3 months. So, you know, if you guys get into really selling stuff, be aware that a lot of times you really need to seal it because certain colors fade, like the black and the brown fade. You'll notice when you do this over the top of paintings that have like a really dark color, that it looks much brighter. Where yesterday this part was like really kind of dark. So just so you know that. Sometimes people see a painting, they'll say, well, how come your painting, when I seen it online, wasn't like this? It wasn't faded like this. This is because it sealed it. It has to be sealed. Just to make you aware of that. Alright, I'm going to see you guys later. I hope inspiration finds you wherever you go. And have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you next week. Alright. Bye.